Is it working? Hey, so according to my last video, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So I noticed I was having global all over body pain after I was diagnosed in March. And I thought, well, it's got to be the NCS. It's the dysautonomia. That's just how it is. This is how it's going to be. And so I sought out a chiropractor in June, and it seemed like it was helping a little bit. It was definitely keeping me going, but it wasn't really what I wanted. Not what I needed. So after feeling like this for months and months and months, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, where I was waking up and my hands hurt like someone had smashed my hands, like I'd gotten on the wrong side of the mafia and just because it just hurt so bad in the palms and in the tops. And I'd wake up and I felt like I'd been hit by a car, and I would feel pressure in my eyes, and every time I moved my eyes, they'd hurt, and my face hurt, and I had altered sensation in my fingers and in my face, and it just felt like every muscle in my body just hurt. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, I've gotten to my diagnosis. It's neurocardiogenic syncope. This is just how it's supposed to be. Everyone's different. This is just how it is. But the longer it went on, the more impossible it seemed that this could only be dysautonomia, because everyone I talked to, or everyone I, read about, they were complaining about dizziness and headaches and all of this, but they weren't complaining about pain. So when I came to the realization that this wasn't neurocardiogenic syncope, I started asking around, because at this point it was becoming very noticeable to everyone around me that I was in a lot of pain. And so I started talking to other people who are spoonies, who have other diagnoses, and I have a couple friends like that. So I asked them, this is what I've been feeling, this is how, how my body feels, what do you think? And I talked to a couple different people, and everyone kept saying, you need to look at fibromyalgia. So I was like, ugh, fibromyalgia, okay. So I started to do my research. I went on Google, I did, all the things the doctors say you shouldn't do. However, especially with the fact that I've been going to school forever, I've done my research papers. You have Google MD and all that stuff. So I did my Google research, and I decided I was going to get a book, which was Fibromyalgia for Dummies, which I do have, actually. So I looked at this. So I had the book. So I started reading it, and I was tabbing things, thinking, that sounds familiar, that sounds familiar. And all of these for dummies books, when it comes to illnesses, usually has a quiz saying, do you feel this way? Do you feel that way? And every time I did the quizzes and I kept reading, I was like, this is me. This is me. I ticked that box and this box and that box. This is me. So I got myself a neurology appointment, and it was so far away because just of the way my health insurance and everything works. And I was thinking, I can't make it that long. I can't make it that long. I was in so much pain, and it was starting to affect my school and affect my work. And I was like, no, you need to do something, because I'm not going to make it that far. I'm going to have to drop out of school again. I can't do it. So I went to my primary doctor and I said, you have to help me. My neurology appointment is this far away and I'm not functioning. I have stuff to do. I have people to see. I have places to be. Give me something. So they ended up giving me Cymbalta, which is actually an off-brand use for fibromyalgia, because it's supposed to calm your nerves. And so part of me was like, you're giving me an antidepressant, that's cool. But when she explained, it really is a use to treat fibromyalgia, it made me feel a lot better. But she didn't flat out say it's fibromyalgia, but it made me feel more confident in my own diagnosis by her prescribing it to me. So when I went to the neurologist, he did all the tests, and for fibromyalgia, you have a couple tender points that they look for. And if you present in all these tender points, they consider you to have fibromyalgia. And I presented all 18 tender points. So at that point, he gave me gabapentin, which is a nerve pain reliever, and I felt a lot better afterwards. I've been having a lot of flares lately, and I feel like I'm having more flares than not flares, so I am going to be talking to my doctor more, but I think that the moral of the story is if you think something isn't right, you have to go for it, no matter what people tell you, because no one knows your body like you do. So if you think something's wrong, talk to your doctor. If that doctor isn't listening to you, get a different one. I had convinced myself that that was my only diagnosis. So if you think something is wrong, keep looking. This is a perfect reason why you just have to follow your gut. So hope to hear from you soon. I will be making more NCS videos with much more frequency now that I am out of school. So I hope you enjoyed this video.